Hello everybody. Today I have another review video today. And today's review video is on the highly anticipated, at least for me, Junkie. Now, I kind of lied a little bit. This review is not just on Junkie. He's not an only child, unlike all my other characters. He's got brothers. Ugh. Anyways, he's got brothers, and so from left to right, we got Scrappy, Junkie, Trashy. These three are the Hook brothers. Their last name is Hook, and they all have like really different appearances. Him more especially. Before I get into these two guys, I'd like to talk about my main one, Junkie. So Junkie here is he's a character I designed quite a bit back, a few years ago. He was like one of the earliest figures I designed. And as you can see, it's pretty bulky. Now, it might not be very easy to notice, but his legs are pretty spread out quite a bit. That's an entire 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I had to count. Entire seven plates apart. If you bring in his skinnier brother, you could tell that is most certainly a size difference. But he's got quite... Now I actually put these spikes here on the inside of his legs to kind of hide that. Yeah. He's got a blue spike on his chest. He's got a little gun on his shoulder. He's got a hook on his arm. That's where the hook part comes in. He's got a little ponytail. He's also covered in gold. I'd like to think that this character, like, he's addicted to collecting shiny gold things and, like, just, like, has, like, a collection of gold. So Junkie here, I'd also like to think that he's got, like, a lot of wit. He's a very smart, intelligent character. He plans every move accordingly, and, like, he builds all sorts of weapons and stuff. And, yeah. Actually, one thing that, despite these guys' very human-looking proportions, they can actually transform. Some slight parts forming is required, though. So, for transformation, first what we're going to want to do, now as I said, it does require a bit of parts forming. We're going to have to remove this butt flap of his. This is important, though. Don't throw this away. I don't know why you throw Legos away, but... And then what we're going to want to do is put his head down like this, fold this up, turn it around, fold it down like that. And then for his arm over here, fold it up and down, up like that. Then we'll come back to his hand later. Then for up here, we're going to rotate this around, collapse it down like that. So now there's like a gold bit. So all the gold is now hidden underneath. Fold the spikes out, and then the tires outward. Now we come to the front here. This is kind of an important detail. I always forget to do this when building him, transforming him. Fold his toes upward like that, and then these spike bits on the side come in, and then you bring his legs together. And there we go. Well, actually, not yet. There we go. So we're done with the main bit. Alright, come to the back. Grab that little wheel thing. Click it right there. And his hand basically doesn't have anywhere to go, so normally I just put it in a fist. This isn't supposed to be like an Earth mode, but more so like a Cybertronian truck mode. And there is his car mode done. So for his Cybertronian truck mode, it's pretty decent. As you can see, he's got, oh, that's supposed to be folded back. So as you can see, he's got like a crane on this side. You could pick stuff up. I actually have a bucket or something. I have an accessory or something that he could hold. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. Never mind. If I find it, I'll talk about it later. Yeah. So I had like a little box or something that he could carry with his crane. Yeah, so he's got 4 wheels. You can pivot here. You can turn. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's got like a little thing right here. His little visor, his little binoculars come like the windshield or like the visor and the or even lights. Maybe this is the cockpit down here, like they see through that, and this is just a light, or that is the headlight, or maybe these are both lights, and then this is the cockpit right here. Maybe all of them are cockpits. I don't know. They could all. It could just be whatever. This guy's supposed to be a Cybertronian truck mode. He's not like really supposed to be anything. So when it comes to accessories for this guy, he's got like I built an absurd amount of accessories for this guy, so I'm just gonna blow through them really quick. Oh, you thought I was joking when I said he has an absurd amount of accessories. Well, I guess you stand wrong. So anyways, moving past the absurd amount of accessories. So this first one is a sword, which is a simple like maybe katana or I think yeah katana. Sometimes it's long, thin bladed sword. The handle's almost half the size, half the length of the actual blade. Oh, goodness. So the next one we have here is this little bomb. I don't know, I kind of just threw this together at like spare parts. I didn't really do anything with this. It's just like, it could be a bomb or something. This next one is a kind of like blaster. Like his handy dandy trusty old blaster that he always carries around. This is like an arm mounted flamethrower. It connects to like either side, doesn't matter. This one's a bit of a treat. This is like a hand that you could switch out for his hook hand. I'll show that in a minute. And this last one, it's basically the same blaster from before, but it's golden and it's much longer. Yeah, this is like his shotgun that like he very rarely uses because it's very powerful. And it's like dangerous to use maybe. Okay, so I'm just, instead of doing each accessory one by one on him, I'm just going to do them all. So in order to attach his replaceable arm, you just rip his hook hand off, and then reattach his normal hand. So now he's got 2 hands. I normally like to display him like this because it just looks a lot cooler with the one giant gold arm instead of the hook and normal arm. His second accessory is a sword, just like that. The next accessory is that. You already saw the gun earlier, so we'll just kind of skip over that so we can put more accessories. Then we got the shotgun, and then the bomb. I don't know. I guess you could put the bomb on his back, I guess. Like that. And there he is, like, fully decked out with all his weapons, besides a tiny little minigun. Yeah, but this guy's, like, he's loaded to the teeth. Also, by the way, this could probably fold down as well. Yeah, that's his visor. Here he is, loaded to the teeth. And that's probably enough of Junkie. Alright, so next up we have Junkie's twin brother, Scrappy. So Scrappy, as you can see, he's completely different looking from Junkie, even though they're twin brothers. So he's got like a little backpack, a little pouch. I kind of gave him like the body proportion of like a weasel or something. I don't know, I kind of wanted him to be more like the cowardly character, almost kind of like Starscream or something. Like he's very cowardly, always like running away from battles. That's only like at the end, like he turns good and becomes like a hero. Yeah, but he's, as you can see, like one of his legs is dark gray. Kind of fits in with that Scrappy name. As you can see on his arm, he's holding a little thing. He's got a hook arm as well. As you can see, a theme with these guys is that they have one normal eye and then one gray eye. This is basically like they can still see out of both eyes. It's just kind of like a little detail I liked. Kind of gave them like almost like connection that they're brothers and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, on to transformation. As you saw, we already want to take that bomb off. And again, more parts forming. Take this off. And you want to fold his feet down like this. Come to the front. Line his legs up like that. And then in the back, it'll kind of automatically set these in position. Fold these down. Straighten this bit out. Fold it. I don't know, I don't really have anywhere for those to go, so they kind of just fold up. Up. And, oh goodness. Great golly gosh. So then we're going to come to his neck. So right now, also by the way, this is an official Lego piece. I don't know where it came from though. I just randomly looked at my collection, so I had it. So we're going to straighten his neck out like that. Come to the front. Rotate his little like fin at the back of his head to look like that. Straighten this arm out like this. Straighten that arm out like that. Then take the box from earlier. Go bam. And then take these little side bits. Fold them out. Goodness gracious. Very finicky. And there is his plane mode ready. So for his plane mode, it's a pretty simple plane. It's very long and skinny. It's very weirdly shaped plane. I'd like to think that it turns into a very similar plane that Megatron turns into in the Last Night. Yeah, it's pretty basic. It's covered in red and gray. Not much I have to say about it. Alright, so for accessories, it's pretty basic. So this, we have little crate. It's full of all little crystals and stuff. Now for these crystals specifically, these are what I designed as bomb crystals. And under, like, if you like hit him hard enough, like basically the force of like swinging like a pickaxe at it will blow it up. Now this is good because when you throw them, on impact they blow up.
Damn it, or I'll be forced to use my bomb crystals.
You can't defeat me. I have an army.
Guess again.
Slow motion for effect. No.
Basically working as grenades that they only really explode under a certain amount of pressure. So like you can carry it around and you can drop it basically without worrying about it blowing up. This crate is basically just filled with more smaller bits. You could also try and fit that other one in there, but it doesn't fit. Yeah, but these are like, I thought that him being more of a cowardly character, he wouldn't want to get into fight, but more so have like bombs and you just throw them and run away, as the coward he is. But he comes a brave here at the end. Accessories. And last, but most certainly not least, we have Trashy. So Trashy here, if you notice, he's basically just a taller, skinnier, blue version of Junkie. Of course, Scrappy, he looks completely different from each other, but I would like to think that Scrappy, he's basically like, when he turned evil, he basically like, being evil basically messed him up, made him all like, small and like that. But anyways, on to Trashy. So Trashy, as you can see, he's blue, he's got a lot of orange, he's basically has around the same amount of posability. So I'd like to think that he's not as smart as Junkie, but like he's a lot braver. He's a lot more likely to take risks. He doesn't plan ahead, but most of the time he ends up winning in battles. Like he doesn't plan much, but he still wins. Yeah, he's like a very strong character. Like he's not afraid of anything. Like he will go into battle, slaughter Decepticons, and then return unscathed. Then Junkie would be like, "What are you doing? It's not part of the plan. They specifically said we would go in like this." And he's like, "I don't follow the rules. I am my own man." Basically something like that. Alright, so for vehicle mode, he basically transforms a lot like Junkie. So first what we're going to want to do is fold this back bit up and rotate his legs around. Basically just like Junkie. And then we fold his legs up back like this. Then we connect them together. Then we fold these bits around. And his feet down like that. There's the back half done. And then for the front, we basically turn his head the same way around we did. We fold this back up now. His arm. So all this extra cord is unnecessary. So basically what we're gonna want to do is basically rotate it around like that so we have less slack. And we're gonna straighten it out and fold it up like that. And then his arm can be folded down, or out of the way at least. And for this side, fold it around. Gosh dang it. And that's pretty much it for his. These can be folded down as like stabilizers. That's pretty much it for his plane mode. Okay, so for vehicle mode, and also I apologize for the change of lighting. I had to plug my phone in, and I needed the light for that. Or I needed to unplug the light for that. So here in vehicle mode, we have a pretty. It's supposed to be a space shuttle. It's a Cybertronian type space shuttle, so it doesn't really need to look good. It's got a mostly. You'd have this folded out like a crane or something. Yeah, so when stationary on the ground, it's like this, but when it takes off, these wings fold out. And that's like basically flight mode. Also, by the way, all his accessories can plug in to vehicle mode. I actually designed him specifically to fit his extra accessories in vehicle mode. Just like so. There you go. Now his accessories are in. I actually think they could be stored actually better. I don't remember how though. But yeah, that's basically his. I don't have much to say for this either. So yeah. Alright, so for accessories, I already kind of showed them off slightly, so I'm just going to continue. So he's got this kind of like Energon blade, a lot like Optimus Prime's. You can just click on there. Then his second accessory is this shield. Hold on. Is this shield piece. Now, it's basically like a shield, but like it's got like a. Basically like that. So what we do. It's basically a lot like the interchangeable hand piece. Also, I keep realizing that I say basically a lot. I don't know why. And right in there. And that's his arm like that. Now, he does actually have a second interchangeable hand piece. So basically, I'd like to think that, like, so this is him before he meets. So basically, what happens is that, like, all the Mecha Guardians get lost, they're all separated, and then eventually they all meet back up, but he doesn't meet back up until later. And So yeah, so this is basically him before he meets back up, but then once he meets back up with Junkie, he's like, "Oh, hey, buddy, maybe you'd like to upgrade from that thing. I have a cooler one. This is it right here." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'd love that." And then Junkie, obviously, it's a much longer and more tedious process, but then eventually he ends up with a new claw hand. Wow, thanks, brother. It's so cool. I know, right? I'm super smart, and I'm super cool. Alright, now for size comparisons. So here we have Earthrise Optimus,
Michael.
Unknown Warrior. Now, Unknown Warrior, so at first, so these two I built first, and then I built him after, but, so a lot of my guys, I started building them at this scale here, but I made this guy slightly taller, added an entire, like, brick worth of height to him. He used to be a lot shorter, which you could also tell because these two guys are, like, tiny, and these two guys are massive. Anyways, also here's a minifigure for scale. An adult minifigure for scale. Then let's pull an oldie, but a goodie. Stumper. Good old Stumper. And for final scale reference, we have the entire Mecha Guardian team. Don't worry, these guys will all be getting their own reviews. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did. And so my next video is I'm going to be doing another video on my my Stunticons. It's not going to be a review video. It's going to be more of a role play video, basically. But when my next review video does come, I plan to make my next review video on this guy. His name is Longshot. This is not the next video that's coming out. I'll make the Stunticons video before then. But until then, bye-bye.